A courtroom with no judge, a battlefield with no rules, a society where every person carries their own compass. But no two compasses point the same way. This is the world of moral relativism, a world where truth bends, shifts, and sometimes disappears altogether. But against it stands a stubborn, ancient idea that there are truths written into the fabric of reality itself. Truths that don't ask for our agreement, they just are. Today we ask the question, is morality truly relative? Or is there something absolute that demands our allegiance? Moral relativism feels at first like an act of generosity. Who are we to judge? After all, cultures differ, histories differ, people differ. Moral relativism tells us that right and wrong aren't fixed. They shift, depending on culture, situation, even individual perspective. To a moral relativist, morality is like a language: French, Mandarin, Arabic. Each is valid within its own community. Anthropologist Ruth Benedict once wrote, "The concept of normality is culturally defined. What is good in one tribe may be evil in another, and neither is objectively wrong. But what happens when anything can be justified? What happens when right becomes a matter of convenience? Or when the powerful twist relativism into a weapon? If morality is just preference, then what do we say to the tyrant? To the slave trader? To the warmonger? If all moralities are equally valid, then nothing is truly evil, only different. Absolute truth, in contrast, demands more from us. The claim that some things are always true, always right, no matter who you are or where you live. Some call it natural law, others call it objective morality. It claims that right and wrong are not opinions to be traded, but realities to be discovered. Thinkers like Aristotle believe that human beings have a telos, a purpose woven into our very nature. Just as an acorn strives to become an oak, humans strive toward flourishing, and morality is the map. Murder, betrayal, cruelty. Across civilizations and millennia, certain acts have almost universally been condemned. Is this coincidence? Or is it evidence that deep down, humans are tethered to something larger than culture? Philosopher Immanuel Kant argued that morality is not about what we want to be true, but about what we must recognize as rational beings. In other words, if lying were good, then everyone should lie all the time. But if everyone lied, trust would vanish and society would collapse. Thus, truthfulness isn't just a preference, it's a logical necessity. But be careful. Absolute truth, when wielded without humility, becomes a weapon. History is littered with those who were certain they had the only truth, and who silenced millions in the name of righteousness. The Inquisition, the Crusades, the cultural purges of the 20th century. When we believe we own the truth, we can become blind to our own cruelty. Can we really claim to know the ultimate truth? Are we arrogant to think our moral intuitions are infallible? Nietzsche warned against the dangers of believing in fixed truths. He saw them as chains that suffocate the human spirit. There are no facts, he wrote, only interpretations. Meanwhile, thinkers like C.S. Lewis insisted that moral relativism is a beautiful philosophy for those who have never truly suffered. To those under oppression, truth is not an intellectual game, it's a lifeline. So where does this leave us? Maybe the answer isn't picking a side. Maybe the real challenge isn't choosing between relativism and absolutism, but rising above both. Maybe the challenge is learning when to be humble and when to be unwavering. So ask yourself, is morality a mirror we forge to reflect our own desires? Or a window as clear and demanding, through which we glimpse the eternal? Moral relativism and absolute truth aren't just competing theories. They are twin stars, pulling at each other, shaping the human soul. The real wisdom is knowing how to navigate between them. It's the test of what kind of world we want to live in, and what kind of people we dare to become.